Good morning, students. Myself, Surinder Singh Pardwaj from Jurist Academy. I welcome you on YouTube channel. Today, we will discuss the one of the important chapter that is mens rea. Mens rea is a guilty mind. Before I further discussion on this topic, I want to give some information on behalf of the Jurist Academy that we are starting our batch, morning batch, 25th of August, and it will be the batch for the lower judiciary as well as for the higher judiciary. We will start at the time 6:30 to 9 a.m. We have detailed regarding this is on our Instagram page, jurist_academy. And we are also starting our batch for the CLAT 2021, and it is weekend batch. It start from tomorrow, Saturday. Now we will start the important topic, mens rea. One of the old maxim, actus non faciet reum, nisi mens rea. A Latin maxim which means वो एक्ट क्राइम नहीं हो सकता ऑन द फेस ऑफ इट जहां पे मेंजरिया ना हो. So this maxim, actus non faciet reum nisi mens rea, was popularized, developed in Britain by Edward Coke. It has two parts. One is actus reus. We have already discussed one lecture even on our YouTube channel and our jurist_academy. And today our lecture will be based on the second ingredients, that is mens rea. So this maxim given a two principles. One is actus reus, second is mens rea. So in old law, without mens rea, there is a no crime. But now the present, like Indian Penal Code, we have given a different words while defining the offenses, like intention, wrongful intention, knowledge, dishonestly, fraudulently. So these words are like a mens rea. So this principle was developed. The first case in Britain, that is known as R versus Prince, came, in which the prince, who was a boy, he took away the girl which who was below the age of 16, and the father of the girls registered a case against prince, and he took the plea that the girl himself told me that she is above 18 years of age. And the growth of the girls was also like this. She looks more than 18 years of age. And even the member of juries believes that she is above 18 years of age. But all the jury came to this conclusion as the accused has taken the defense that he has no mens rea, since it is a specific crime. So where the age of the girl is below the 16 year of age, you cannot take the plea of mens rea. Although this judgment was sometimes criticized, and because it is not the fault of the boy, but after that, one more judgment in England, that is R versus Tolson. In that case, the Tolson, Mr. Tolson was married and the wife Mrs. Tolson, but Mr. Tolson has left the house and not traceable, but the news come that he was died in the accident. When Mrs. Tolson to knew this fact, and after some time she was again remarried. She told all the facts to her new husband. But Mr. Tolson's come back and he filed a complaint against regarding the bigamy. Mrs. Tolson took the plea that she had received information. She had tried, but Mr. Tolson could not trace out. And she believed that Mr. Tolson had died and she was married. And when the jury came to this conclusion that Mrs. Tolson has no guilty mind, she had no mens rea, because she did second marriage in bona fide belief that Mr. Tolson had died. And she had told every fact to his new husband. And even the 7 year of her marriage has been passed. So this case was also important regarding the mens rea in British law. Third case was R versus Wheat and Stock. In this case, the accused was illiterate. He gave the documents for taking the divorce from his wife to his advocate solicitor. After giving the documents, he came to this conclusion that divorce has been took place. Because he was illiterate, he did not know the facts, the procedure. So he did the second marriage, and his first wife challenged on this and filed a complaint against him, and he was convicted. Because ignorance of law is no excuse. And if he did not know the facts, he cannot claim that he has no mens rea. So these were the three cases where this principle was laid down in Britain. In Indian law, Indian Penal Code, although there is no specific mention regarding the mens rea, but if we that different words were used regarding the mens rea. The first is intention. So you know that intention is a wrongful intention is a important ingredients of a crime. We discussed the latest case, Nirbhaya case, regarding the intention point of view, wrongful intentions. When the Nirbhaya and her boyfriend Arvinder entered the bus at Manrika bus stand, bus was stopped. Both two entered into the bus. Four persons were sitting in the chamber of a bus, two persons were outside. When they sit in the bus, the first example of their guilty mind of the accused, when they switch off the light of the bus. Second, when they did not stop the bus to any bus stoppage. So this, a criminal conspiracy was developed in their mind. While discussing this part in criminal conspiracy, Supreme Court mentioned that this is their actus reus and mens rea. So by this wrongful intentions, they committed the physical act, which is called actus reus, and committed the rape. So intention is one of the important ingredients of a crime. Similarly important, other case versus Reg versus Govinda, which is the case when we discuss regarding differentiate of a crime. While culpable homicide or murder. In this case, the accused who was 18 years of age, he gave a slap to his wife and also sit on his body and also give a fist blow on his mouth. The questions, and she was died due to the bleeding. The question comes is whether this is a murder or a culpable homicide. Justice Melvin said that it is not a murder. It is a culpable homicide because the intention of the accused was not to kill her. And similarly, when we will discuss the cases, if we discuss the case, Pakalandaran Swami case, it starts with the facts that the body was found in 7 pieces. It is a clear-cut case of a murder. So the Lord Atkin has withdrawn the intention, withdraw the intention part from the parts of a bodies. Because if it is cut into the 7 pieces, it is a clear-cut case of a murder. So similarly, in case of a Sunil Kumar case, that is Tandoor case, when we discuss the conduct of a Sunil Kumar in that case, when the part of the body of Naina Sani was burned in tandoor, she was standing just 10 to 20 feet from that place. When the police came and go upside to see the police, he slipped away. So this conduct, this intention for involvement of his crime is clear. So similarly, in case of different case like Richardson case, he cut the throat by sharp as weapon, is clear that his intention was to murder that. So intention is a purpose or a desire of a person, and it is different from motive. Motive is a reasoning behind crime, reasoning behind intention. Motive is why this crime was committed. The reply of the why will be the motive. So in different case, there were the different motives. In Naina Sani case, the Tandoor case, the motive of Sunil Kumar, that Naina Sani compelled her to marry, but they are living in relations. It was the case of the prosecution that due to this reason, Naina Sani was murdered. So in one of the Pakala Swami case, the motive was that the deceased has taken the money from the accused wife, or he was a childhood friend and has relations with the accused wife. Although the second motive was failed, only the first motive was succeed. So this is the basic difference between intention and motive. Motive becomes important where the case is on the basis of a circumstances evidence. So then further, the word knowledge. Knowledge is a awareness. If a person has a knowledge that if he give hit to that part of a body, that person has a disease somewhere. If that person hit to that place, that point, it will be a death. So this is the knowledge part. नॉलेज का हम सबसे अच्छा एग्जाम्पल अगर कोट करना हो तो हम रामायण में लेते हैं. जब श्री रामचंद्र जी ने रावण को मारा तो विभीषण ने बताया कि जो रावण को अगर आप तीर से मारना चाहते हो तो यू हिट इन द स्टोमक, आप नाभि पे अटैक करो. सो दिस वही उसकी डेथ हो सकती है. So this is the knowledge part. Similarly, the other word used, dishonestly. Dishonestly is wrongful gain, wrongful loss. And wrongful gain or wrongful loss, as we have discussed in the theft. One of the important cases, Meena case, Mr. Meena case, where the accused took the aircraft from the Jodhpur without the permission of the government to the Pakistan. And when he came back, a case of theft was registered against him. Supreme Court came to this conclusion that he took the aeroplane that without the permissions, aircraft without the permissions, and it will give a wrongful loss to the department, and he was liable for that. So his intention was dishonestly went to gain wrongful gain or loss. So other example is fraudulently. Fraudulently is there where a person has to gain something to deceive other persons, to make a fraud. So these different points this mens rea has been used. So now you first write down regarding the definitions part, because this question is important in IAS main also and the judiciary. So you must write the definition part of mens rea. So first you see this principle. This is actus non facit resume nisi mens rea. This is the principle from where, so actus means a physical act. वो एक्ट फेस ऑफ क्राइम नहीं हो सकता. र्यू मीन्स ब्लेम वर्दी एक्ट, जिसको हम क्राइम कह लो, अफेंस कह लो, ठीक है, जहां पे निजी, जहां पे मेंस रिया ना हो. सो दिस maxim was then Edward Koch has popularized this. So it has two principles. One is guilty act, actus reus, and mens rea. Today we are discussing the mens rea part. Now you write down some definitions of mens reas. Yes. So it is necessary to write down you. Yes, please. So mens rea is mental element of crime. And mens rea is also moral wrong. Moral wrong. According to Seri, mens rea is like a chameleon. Take on different color in different surrounding, जिसको बोलते हैं हम गिरगिट की तरह रंग बदलता है. Surrounding. According to Justice Devlin, Mens rea consists of intent of an act and remedy of the knowledge of the circumstances that act makes that act a criminal offense. Similarly, Glenville, Dr. William states that mens rea refers to mental element required for many crimes. Many crimes. It must not we read into literal sense requiring moral wrong or dishonest intent or conscious guilt. It means an an intent to do the forbidden act, whether so this is whether it is forbidden act or not, or journal recklessness, and also include knowledge. So this is said by the Glenville. Now then, James Stephen. James Stephen is who drafted our Evidence Act. He stated that mens rea is a technical term generally to mean some blameworthy mental conditions, whether constitute by intention or knowledge otherwise or otherwise the absence of which of any particulars occasion negative the contention of crime. So this is the simple definitions of mens rea mentioned by the different writers. Now the next is whether regarding what are the exceptions of mens rea. The first exception is where strict liability, where statute impose liability, where statute impose liability, like Motor Vehicle Act और आर्म्स एक्ट। जैसे संजय दत्त ने के पास AK-47 मिली, ठीक है, सो उसका रखना ही एक क्राइम है। उसमें आप मेंस रिया ये नहीं कह सकते थे मुझे नॉलेज नहीं थी, ये नहीं था, सो दैट इज ए कॉल्ड स्ट्रिक्ट लायबिलिटी। द सेकंड एग्जांपल इज when it is difficult to prove mens rea, where the penalty is आरपीटी ऑफेंसेस, जो छोटे माइनर ऑफेंसेस के अंदर कोई जरूरत नहीं होती, जैसे ठीक है वहां पे मेंजरी जैसे आपने हेलमेट पहना है नहीं पहना, ठीक है, वो वाला। थर्ड इज पब्लिक न्यूसेंस। सो पब्लिक न्यूसेंस के अंदर आपको इंटेंशन जो मेंजरिया की जरूरत नहीं, दैट इज ए क्राइम। नंबर 4, जहां पे देयर इज ए समरी मोड ऑफ इन्फोर्सिंग ए सिविल राइट, जहां पे जो माइनर ऑफेंसेस होते हैं, ठीक है, और उनके अंदर ओनली जब डायरेक्ट आप फाइन होता है, ठीक है, जैसे आप एमएससी आर्म सिंपल, ठीक है, चलान जैसे हम कहते हैं, ठीक है, बेल्ट नहीं यूज की, ये वाला पार्ट इसके अंदर आ जाता है। देन इग्नोरेंस ऑफ लॉ इज नो एक्सक्यूज, ठीक है, तो इग्नोरेंस ऑफ लॉ के अंदर भी हम ये कह सकते हैं, बट उसमें पेनल्टी जो है वो कम दी जा सकती है। सो दीज आर द एक्सेप्शंस। सो क्वेश्चन इज its applicability in Indian law. We will discuss one of the important judgment, that is Kartar Singh case. So write down this case while discussing whether it is applicable in India or not. Yes, Kartar Singh versus State of Punjab. It's a 94. Decide in the 94. The important part of this judgment was challenged the Terrorist Act, implementation of Terrorist Act, and why that bail should be granted in this case, why the confession is recorded by the as SP level officers. So this was challenged. In this case, the Supreme Court discussed. It mentioned that mens rea is an essential element of every offense, and in the absence proof of mens rea, none can be mulcted with any criminal, especially in the cases where different sentence is called for. This in para number 111. In this case, this is mentioned, and it was further discussed in para number 155, 115, 115. A criminal action in the general conditions, penal liability are addicted to the old maxim, actus non faciet reum nisi mens rea. The act does not amount to guilt. It must be accompanied by a guilty mind. But there are exceptions to the rule, and reason of this that the legislatures, under certain situation and circumstances, in its wisdom, may think it is so important in order to prevent a particular act from being committed, to forbid a rule out of the element of mens rea as constitute part of a crime of adequate proof of intention or actual knowledge. However, unless the statute either express or by necessary implications ruled out mens rea in case of its kind. Elements of mens rea must be read into the provision of the statute. The question not what the word means, but whether there are sufficient ground for entering the parliament intended to exclude the general rule and rule the mens rea, essential element bringing any person under the definition of a wet. So this was the case where this principle was discussed and specifically mentioned. So it further in para number 119, the question, the case of Nathulal versus State, Nathulal versus State of MP, as regard the exclusion of the element of mens rea, the absence of any specific provision, जस्टिस सुब्बा राव, ठीक है, इन्होंने जो पहले भी डिस्कस द केस, reiterated his earlier stand taken in M.H. George 36 and observed. So this is the important definitions while discussing the mens rea in a crime. Mens rea is an essential ingredient of a crime offense. Doubtless, a statute may exclude the element of mens rea, but it is a sound rule of a constructions adopted in England and also accepted in India to construe a statutory provisions, creating an offense in conformity with the common law rather than against it unless statute expressly or necessary implication that excluded the mens rea. So this was the in this case. So in this case, Kartar Singh case, Supreme Court relied on Nathulal case in which Justice Subba Rao has given a specific that mens rea is an important part in Indian penal code. And regarding the crime, it is not applicable there where the parliament specifically exclude it. Otherwise, the court will judge the crime accordingly. क्योंकि इट इज ए बेसिक प्रिंसिपल, जब भी कोई केस क्राइम एक जज के पास आता है वो हमेशा इस एंगल से सोचता है कि whether this person has a guilty mind, whether this has a mens rea. अगर उसका गिल्टी माइंड ही नहीं है तो उसको कैसे कन्विक्शन करेंगे? unless it is specifically barred. जहां पे mens rea नहीं हो, तो in Nathulal case, Justice Subbarao was, whatever the stated, that rightly it was followed, even no. So in this Kartar Singh case, Supreme Court struck down that a confession could not be recorded by a police officer up to the SP rank under the TADA, and also directions to the high courts, if the case is not face of it, made face of it, the high court has jurisdictions to grant the bails. So this principle of mens rea is criticized by different jurists. And James Stephen also criticized this principle. He stated that this principle is not applicable in India because we have mentioned the specific offenses at different sections. And there is no need, no necessity of this principle in Indian law. But if we conclude and if we consider the Kartar Singh case and the applicability of crime by Justice Subbarao, Justice has stated that mens rea is not applicable there, where the specific excluded by the parliaments. So this was the important part of a criminal justice, mens rea, and this we have discussed this in introduction of our panel co. Thank you.